Hello and welcome to this month's Maggie Moment. Today I'm going to be talking about our teen boys with a special focus on their anger. I want you to get an understanding about why they do get so explosive with their anger during the window, probably 13 to 15 particularly. Okay, so the very first thing is that anger is often hiding something underneath that. So remember that during adolescence, there are so many changes going on. There are brain changes, which makes them more forgetful and disorganized. There are hormonal changes, and those surges of testosterone give enormous amounts of energy in the body. And then there are cognitive, psychological changes, physical changes, and I don't need to talk about those, do I? So change triggers stress. So we know that most teens are really struggling with high levels of stress. Some of it they don't even understand. So anger can be part of the stress response of the body because the nervous system is overloaded. The other really important thing to remember is they have an underdeveloped prefrontal cortex. Oh yeah, so that means they're unable to pause before they explode with their anger. They're unable to see it through a more rational, logical view that most grown-ups can see it through. And then on top of that, they're at a time where the biological wiring is really strong to belong. So that's belonging in with my mates or my friends or in a classroom group or a sporting group. So sometimes if they do something really a bit stupid, that we might call their choice around banter or the groping, slapping, silly stuff that sometimes teen boys do, if it doesn't trigger a sense of connection, it triggers the opposite, which is a sense of exclusion. And that triggers really big emotions in the body. So again, if something's gone badly for them around social connections or friendship connections, that can end up in a really explosive moment. Embarrassment is often another layer of what triggers this for our boys. So if they fail a test or something, they will be beating themselves up. But if they think they feel embarrassed in front of everyone else in the class, and remember that's a choice from an immature brain, then they're likely to get really angry as well. I have had students in my classrooms who've had explosive moments and kicked a desk and stomped outside, and what had triggered that had happened about an hour before in another class. So sometimes the anger is a sign something's wrong, but it's not always about being angry. And I can absolutely vouch for the fact that some boys use anger because the man box was conditioning them that it's the appropriate emotion for really males rather than vulnerable feelings like sadness. And I found that boys who are very, very deep in a grief, whether it's a breakup of a friendship, a relationship, or maybe a death of a loved one or a pet, will often go to anger when really they want to be sad. So sadness is really often under this big emotion. And then the last thing, frustration is actually another temper. So sometimes when they get really frustrated, it'll come out as anger. Again, please know that when they're in the red room, that's not a time to have a chat to them about what might be driving their anger. And please remember that your teen boy does not want to do this intentionally, and that when he's angry in your space, try not to take it personally because it's much more about him. If we can create the space and the conversations through warm connectedness, we can often find the source of the anger and do some coaching or mentoring around how to avoid that moment in the future. I hope that's helpful for all of you out there who are living with our beautiful teen boys.